What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Ultimate Edition WWE Mattel Undertaker. If you guys missed my review on Kane, you guys can go back and see that. I'll link it in the description below. We unboxed him the other day. I got them both at the same time, relatively. I mean, I got Undertaker a few days later, but got them both from Amazon. Unfortunately, the box did not come in great shape. It's actually punctured right here for some reason. There's like a dent in the plastic there. Someone like stabbed it. When I got the box, it had a huge hole in it, so that wasn't a good first thing to see. But anyways, here's Undertaker in the box. It looks pretty good. A little bio there on the bottom if anyone wants to read it. But yeah, he looks good, man. Let's take him out of the box and let's take a closer look at the Undertaker. Alright guys, and here is Undertaker out of the packaging. He's looking pretty good so far, man. He is a little loose in some areas. But other than that, he's looking pretty good, man. But we're going to take a closer look at what he comes with. Then we'll come back and take a closer look at the Phenom. Alright, so for accessories, we do get 4 interchangeable hands, which is nice. He has 2 gripping hands to hold anything. He does have the weird, like, MMA looking style gloves, which is weird. I didn't think he wore these type of gloves back then. I'd have to go back and look. But anyways, whatever, they'll do. You do also come with a thumbs up hand, I believe, for doing the like throat slit pose thing that he used to do. So that's kind of cool. And it looks like we get a choke slamming hand too, I guess you can call it. Choke slamming hand. Not bad. It's probably the exact same as the Kane's, except it's got a glove on it, so not bad to have that, I guess. You do get 2 interchangeable heads. This head is pretty awesome, I will say. Although I don't really think he used to do this back then. Like, I don't think he would do the eyes, obviously, but the whole tongue thing, when he was like pinning someone after a tombstone, I would say he would do that. So I don't know if he started doing that till like probably like mid 2000s. This figure is based on like 1998 Undertaker, so don't really know why they included this, but whatever, I'm happy. I don't really have a later 2000s Taker, so maybe I'll put this on a different figure. And we do get this head too. I guess this is more just like a hair moved back look, but unfortunately, check that out. That huge gappage there. The paint's not painted all the way. This side looks good. This side looks like it was done correctly. But yeah, this side, like, what the heck is that, man? It's a little unfortunate. I don't know if I was going to use this head, but it would have been nice just to have an extra head for the Undertaker, but now I don't really know if I'm going to use it because of that. I don't know really how I can fix that. It looks like it's missing, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just supposed to go like right up to that part of the head, but unfortunately, it's gappaged. It's really gappy, I guess you can say. So that's kind of crappy, but whatever. We'll put that off to the side. Last accessory you get is his coat. It does have a piece of plastic in it, so I guess they put a little piece of plastic in there. Pretty cool. In the box, I actually couldn't tell that it had a soft goods cape part in the back, so that's pretty cool. Sculpting and detail on the back of like the zippers and stuff looks really cool. Lots of detail went into this, so that's a good job from Mattel there. On the front, same deal. Most of the paint looks pretty good. Yeah, I'd say it looks good. Yeah, cool accessory to have. I remember him coming out to this when he fought Mankind in that Hell in a Cell. So that's cool to have this awesome coat for the Undertaker. But there's all the accessories, guys. Let's bring in Taker for a closer look. Alright, guys, and here is the Undertaker up close and personal. I'm loving this head on him, man. It looks menacing. Like, that just reminds me of when Taker was walking to the ring in the late 90s. And I was a little kid, super scared at the time. Yeah, man, just it just screams Taker 98. I've wanted this figure for so long. Finally got him in the collection. I've had Ministry Undertaker for a while now, but this is a little bit before that phase. Just a little bit before, I guess you can say. Maybe a year or so. But I'm loving it, man. I'm digging it. Let's move into his articulation here, because it's an Ultimate. You do have some great articulation. You get those double jointed knees, which is awesome to have. Yeah, both knees seem to be bending good, so that's good. Nice little clicking sound. He's got that toe articulation, so that's nice to see. Sometimes you might need to have to articulate those toes for certain poses, but I mean, really, it's just an extra articulation part to it, so it's fine. He's got the swivel at the waist. He does have an ab crunch, so that's good. You can really get him in some awesome poses. Butterfly joints. Gotta have butterfly joints on every figure now, I think. It's like a must. If you're paying this price for a figure, it should definitely come with the most articulation possible. Articulation in the head is great. He's got those double jointed arms, but obviously he's got a giant elbow pad on, so you can't really bend the arms too much, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm also noticing pinless joints on the legs too, so there's no pins on the joints, on the leg joints there. I'm gonna assume there's none on the arms too. Let's see if we can figure that out. Well, actually, since this is an Ultimate figure, you can pretty much remove the arms, right? There you go. So the arms come off. It looks to be pinless. I'm not seeing a pin in there, so that's nice. That's awesome. But I'm going to be keeping those joints covered anyways with the elbow pads, because it just makes them look badass with the elbow pads on. Completes the look, as you can say. But yeah, man, I'm digging this guy. He looks really good. The hair is a little weird on the back, but I assume they did that for the coat here. We're gonna try that coat on him right now. Probably best way just to pop the head off. Ooh, okay, so head's popped off. Let's see the easiest way to do this. You know what? Maybe the arms being popped off might help too. Let's try it. Pop one arm off. Let's pop the other one off. Let's slide him in there. I'm torn between displaying him with this jacket or not, to be honest. I think he looks pretty badass without the jacket, but with the jacket on, he does looks like he's going to be cool looking. So let's pop his head on here. It is a little tighter to pop because he has the jacket on now, but it's on there. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty cool. Not going to lie. Let's get that other arm popped in there. Boom. The other arm right here. Boom. All right. There's Undertaker in his getup. It hasn't really been closed all the way. It is a little tight up there at the neck piece. Don't really know what's going on up there. Oh, okay, there's a little peg there for the neck. So you just peg that in there. If it wants to go, sometimes this gummy material doesn't want to puncture right and get in the slots. But that's okay. You guys can get the gist of how he looks in there. Pretty badass, man. Pretty badass. I'm loving this soft goods cape. Love soft goods, man. If they can give us more soft goods, totally down for it. Like for t-shirts and jackets and stuff, I'm loving it. The rubber jackets I'm not a huge fan of, but man, this Taker looks badass. What do you guys think? Jacket on or jacket off? I think I'm going to keep the jacket off for now, just for the remainder of the review. But let's try some other heads on this guy. Here's Headless Undertaker, and first we're going to start off by putting the tongue one on here, just to see how it looks. Alright, that one's a little stiff to put on. Probably don't have it on all the way. It's kind of hard to do it on a table like that. I prefer just doing it like this off camera. It's a little bit easier, but the head looks good, honestly. It looks good. Like, it just doesn't really match the era of The Undertaker for me. Don't really remember him ever doing that look from this era, but it still looks awesome. I mean, if you have two of these on Ultimate Undertakers and you want to pose them with different heads, sure, you could get away with putting this one on there. I mean, unless someone's a die-hard wrestling fan and sees your collection as like, oh, wait, what the heck? That Undertaker looks different. But no one's going to say that, because you can do what you want with your toys. It doesn't matter what anyone says. But anyways, I still think it looks badass. Probably not going to display him with this head, although I do have an option for this head, so I'll let you guys in on that in a second. I do want to try popping this hand on, though, seeing if he can do that thing he used to do before he would tombstone people. And it's going to be hard, too, with the elbow pads, honestly. The elbow pads really hinder some of the elbow articulation there. Because, like, if he didn't have those elbow pads on, you could probably put that right up to his throat. He can, like, slit his throat like he used to do before he would do the tombstone. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, unfortunately, the elbow pads are a little too hindering in the articulation, so that's not bad. Let's bring in some other Undertakers, compare them, see how he stacks up against some other ones. I have quite a few Undertakers, more than I do Kanes, so get ready for a bunch of Vigs. Alright guys, so here is the 98 Ultimate Undertaker next to some other Undertakers I have. As you can tell, the difference between the Ministry Taker and this Taker, the outfits are similar, but very different. The shoulder pads, for one, you can tell right off the bat, like the upper torso part of this Ultimate Taker just looks more like that 98 Taker. I was using this one as like a placeholder somewhat, but it represents a different era, so it's still awesome to have both eras, especially because he has a different hairstyle. So that really like makes it different for me to have both. Unfortunately, this Taker didn't come with a belt, which is kind of weird. I feel like he had the WWF, whatever, championship at this time. Don't remember it 100%. It could have been Austin, actually, that had it, but I feel like he won it. Maybe it was this Taker that won the belt there. But anyways, it would have been nice just to have one for an extra accessory in the Ultimate line. But height-wise, he's starting to stack up pretty good against all the other Takers. Here is the Legends Taker, the newer released one. Awesome figure, by the way, to have. I think I did review this guy. I think we did an unboxing. I don't remember, but awesome figure. We do have the badass Undertaker over here from the SummerSlam Elite, I think. I did give him a jacket, and I gave him Triple H's hat, and I gave him a pair of glasses, I think, or he might have came with those glasses. Also, what I have right here is the Boneyard Taker. I have him on Wolverine's motorcycle there from the Marvel Legends line. So it's pretty good on there, I guess. But we're going to take him off for a sec, just to stand him up next to his buddies here. Let's move the cycle off to the side. I don't know if this is just my Undertaker figures, but most of my Undertaker figures that have these pants are very loose. This one's actually not bad, this Boneyard Taker. So, like this one. Oops, almost knocked my... let's move this stupid thing before I knock it over. Most of my Undertakers with these pants have wobbly legs. This one's actually not bad. The one right here is not that bad. This one's the best, probably. It moves a little bit, but not bad. This one, however, I believe this is the one WrestleMania Elite that came with the jacket, and it came with the longer haired look. I swapped the head with a basic 2-pack to make this like not Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era Undertaker. I think it looked pretty good. It came out pretty good because I do not have this figure. On the retail market, it goes for way more. At least with the new basic 2-pack with him and Hardy. I guess it's not really that new. It's been out for a bit now, but the 2-pack with him and Hardy came with a very decent looking head, so I ended up just buying that 2-pack just for the head and putting it on this Elite. And this is now my 2002, 2003 era Undertaker before he went back to the Dead Man. So yeah, I got lots of Undertakers here. I am thinking I can bring another one in here. This Elite did have a different head. It came with this head. Ended up putting this head on the basic that came with that head. The whole swapperoonie there. So I got the coat for my Ministry Darkness Undertaker as well. So that's cool to have. Another Undertaker we have is obviously the Kane, or the Undertaker just as Kane. If you guys saw this in my last Kane video, not bad. But if you guys can tell, the head that I got earlier looks to be the exact same head as this. So there's that. But look at that. They got the gappage right perfectly on that side, but for this newer figure, man, they really screwed up. I don't know if that's everyone's or if that's just mine, but you can tell. It's the same face, same sculpt, just the eyes are painted differently. His eyes are more like opened, like he's scaring someone. He's obviously got all that black paint all over his face. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do I do? Do I write a letter to Mattel and get them to send me another one? I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it worth the hassle? I don't know. Do I need this Undertaker head? Not 100%. So it's not a huge deal. I don't know. Maybe we'll put this Undertaker head in the Ministry coat and just put the hood on so you don't see the gappage there. But whatever, it's fine. So we'll move this Undertaker's Kane off to the side. There was one thing I was thinking about doing. I know I'm kind of just rambling off here in the review, but the tongue sticking head, the tongue out head, I am debating on putting it on this Undertaker basic, but I don't know. Do you guys think the pants would match that era of Taker? I feel like it would. I feel like he wore those tights with the symbol on the side a lot when he looked like this. So I'm really thinking about just swapping the head, putting him on there, because as much as this look for Taker is unique, it just really brings back bad memories of when he lost and everything at WrestleMania, and I was just really, really mad. I just thought it was one of those things that you should have never, he never should have lost at WrestleMania, in my opinion. It always, would have kept that mystery afloat for him to just, I don't know. It's just like a legend, right? I don't know, for years and years to come, Undertaker was never defeated, but fortunately he's had a couple defeats, I think, since then, so that sucks. Another thing, too, is the soul patch on his chin, or on his, under his lip, is really off-centered, so that bugs the hell out of me. But for a basic, honestly, it's not that bad of a figure. The legs aren't, squeezed super tight together in the package or anything. His legs are fine. His tats are fine. This was when basics were still somewhat decent. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to swap heads. I'm not going to do it now, obviously, because I'm going to need to blow dry this guy and swap the heads. But maybe I'll do it after the review, and I'll post a picture right here in the corner of how it looks. So that's cool. But yeah, anyways, there's all my Undertakers all in one. I do want to do one more last comparison here with the Ultimate Undertaker. I want to put him beside Mankind, because that's what this Taker represents to me, is that Hell in the Cell, when he threw old Mankind off the top, and then he threw him through the middle, and just a brutal match, man. That's probably the moment I fell in love with wrestling. That around that time, when you had Undertaker, Mankind, Austin, Rock, just incredible, man, incredible. Don't really know what else to say. I'm very happy to have a Taker representing that iconic moment, one of the biggest moments, if not the biggest moment, most memorable moment in wrestling history, I would say. Whenever you meet somebody and they say, "Oh, remember when Mankind got thrown off the cage?" It's like, of course I remember that. Who the hell doesn't remember that? But anyways, there's my Undertaker comparison. What do you guys think? What's the best Undertaker that's been released so far? Honestly, this Ultimate is probably up there in top 2, top 3 best Undertakers. I would have loved to get that Decade of Domination Undertaker with the gray and everything. Hopefully that's a future purchase one day. But anyways, what did you guys think of the review? Are you guys going to pick up this Undertaker? Is it a pass? Are you going to get multiples? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you guys could subscribe, like, share, I really appreciate it. We're trying to get to that 500 subscriber mark. We're at 330 something. maybe 320 something. I don't remember. I have to look again, but I want to give some toys away, guys. So let's get to that 500 and let's give some toys away. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next one.